Hello, welcome to episode 6 of Forever in Love. In this video, we're talking about parenting as one, raising emotionally healthy children. The focus or the purpose of this video is on building a kind of unity in parenting and creating a secure family environment. And as you soon understand, the emphasis is not that we're trying to suggest that our parenting styles should be the same. No, that is not the goal. The goal is it's not identical parenting style to be honest. It's more of we being united in our parenting of our children. So we know that children do thrive when parents work as a team. That's why we're talking about this today. And we also know that parenting disagreements are normal. So we can't always agree. But we can unite in parenting our children. That's what we mean. So because unity creates stability and security, emotional security for the children. That is why we are talking about this in this video. And one thing we cannot overemphasize is consistency in parenting, because consistency builds trust. For instance, if today you say something, tomorrow you say another thing, you can't earn the trust of these children. And if one parent says something, the other parent says the opposite, there will be no trust. They can't trust you. They are not sure what you're doing or what you're saying. That's why we're talking about it. But can there be parenting disagreements? Yes, of course. And Sherry, give us examples of where we disagree in parenting, and then later we talk about what we can do about it.
All right. Some common parenting disagreements include discipline versus leniency. A parent might be the disciplinarian, while the other person might be the lenient type.
And it's usually women being lenient. let's be honest.
No, anyway, I'll agree, but then
it's not always so.
There are exceptions to every rule, so it's not always so. There's some women disciplinarians as well. Also, we have screen time and technology. We're in the era of technology, so that could also cause disagreements in parenting, like how much screen time are the children supposed to have, how much are they not supposed to have, can cause disagreements.
By the way, do you know that we were saying that it occurred to me that some families, maybe some couples they don't set up screen time for their children's devices.
Yeah.
So children have 24/7 access to social media and everything, because they are not kind of they're not using the parent. What do you call it? Is it parent control on the devices?
Parental control. Yeah.
So we need to also kind of maybe that will be another video.
Yeah, it's very important, especially now that we have children tablets. Every time, instead of the children to play with whatever they can see in the environment, interact with the environment, they are just glued.
Social media environment.
Yeah, they are glued to the devices. We also have bedtimes and routines. What time should they go to bed so they can have enough rest? It can also cause disagreements. We also have academic expectations. Why one parent might be might have a very high expectation from the children, the other one might not be that keen on very
academic excellence.
Okay. So of course there should be some kind of balance. Like you don't over push the children, all right, if it's beyond their level. But then this also causes disagreements in the family. We also have managing behavior and consequences. A child has done something wrong. What consequences should be meant to such child? And how far can we go in disciplining a child? Things like that, usually cause disagreement.
Yes, there are some parents who would even actually try to cover up for the child, because they themselves, that spouse is worried about how the other spouse will respond to the offense that the child has committed. So let's look into all of that. We can't speak for your family or for your marriage or for your home, but whichever way what we're saying kind of touches your family, work on it. So parenting styles will be different based on our background. So the thing is, how can we understand each other's parenting styles so that we can help our children? So, and as I said again, so parenting is influenced by upbringing, by personal beliefs and cultural values of each member of the family. In this case, maybe each parent. So each parent brings strengths and blind spots. That's the truth. There are strengths. There are areas of improvement in your own way of parenting, maybe that is influenced by the way you were parented. So finding a middle ground is what we're talking about between both of you. And as we're going to talk about later, it will require you talking about it and discussing and kind of agreeing on what to do. So understanding is very important, because it reduces criticism and misunderstanding, disagreement that will make children note that you're not agreeing on certain issues that affects them. Respectful discussion improves outcome. So making sure that you talk about it, respectfully will be what we are kind of suggesting.
Yeah.
And that thing I think, okay, go ahead, Sherry. I think
You go ahead.
yeah. So another thing I that came to my mind is about rules. Family rules that can cause disagreement. How do we approach this?
Yeah. How we can approach this is that in creating family rules, we need to keep such rules simple, clear, and
Yeah.
consistent. Consistency is very, very important when we are creating rules. Also, we should also ensure age appropriate expectations. When we set rules that are age appropriate, then there'll be less problems.
The idea is that have you done your homework, for example? So they know that, well, if I go to mom, I will go to dad, I want to watch cartoon or I want to play game. They're
Yeah, I'm
going
going
to
to
ask
ask.
me, have you done your homework? Because it's work before play. So
Yeah.
that's just one example of a rule, which is simple and it's kind of straightforward.
Yeah.
So just to give an example.
Yeah, thank you very much for that. So another thing is that you agree privately before presenting rules publicly. So that in that way there will be no problems, there will be no disagreement. So you agree on whatever rule you want to set for the children privately, then you both present it to the children.
So what you don't want to do is disagreeing, in front of your children, and they know that you don't agree. So which one are they going to, kind of follow? So what we are pushing, what we are actually emphasizing is parenting as a united front. Okay, so avoid contradicting each other, in front of your children as much as possible. Is very important. Discuss any disagreements privately, and later when they're not there, discuss it when they're not there. It's very important, and support one another publicly if possible when it is appropriate to do so. For instance, what the person has done, what your spouse has done is unacceptable. Don't start, saying yes, that's your dad is doing the right thing. That's what we're saying. But when you agree with what your spouse is saying, don't keep quiet, because your children will be watching your body language. They're wondering whether dad agrees to that or mom agrees to that. So if you if you add your voice to it and say, you remember, mom has told you that before, and so that's why this is happening. That's more helpful, because unity reduces manipulation and confusion for our children. They have a tendency to. Children are very clever these days. I mean, children have always been clever. We were clever too when we were younger, right?
Yeah.
You know things to ask your dad. You know things to ask your mom, because which one that you're going to get a yes from that for, and you don't want to go to your mom for that one. So, and the children can be confused as well when there's no unity in parenting.
Yeah. So unity in parenting is very, very important because children thrive well when there is unity in parenting. And one of the, some of the advantages are there are greater emotional security for the children. The children are emotionally stable, they are secure, they can express themselves, and also there are clearer boundaries. The children know what they're supposed to do, they know what they're not supposed to do, they know the do's and don'ts, so they know their boundaries. Also, there is kind of reduced anxiety and confusion. When there is unity in parenting, the children know what they're supposed to do. They know what they're expected to do. So they're not anxious about it. They're not also confused in that they don't know what to do. All right. They don't know what is expected from them. All right. So also there's respect for authority. Even in the society, they will have respect for authority, because at home there's unity in parenting. They submit to the authority of their parents. Then it's easier for them when they go out in school, in the public. They respect authority. Also, there's stronger family relationships when there's unity in parenting. The relationship in the home among the children, even with the parents, is more united and harmonious as well.
This doesn't mean that there will be no kind of parenting conflict.
Yeah.
What is important is how we handle it. Okay, as we said earlier, we can't always agree on every issue in parenting. So we suggest focusing on solutions when you're discussing any conflict in parenting, not blame or kind of criticism. How do we have a common ground on this particular aspect of parenting? It could be dressing, it could be, especially when you're dealing with ladies. That's some of you girls, rather, some of you have female children. This is an area where both of you, this is an example of an area where both of you have to really agree. What do you want to kind of emphasize and support these girls to be wearing, because they are seeing all their friends while they are dressing and everything. You don't want them to copy bad examples. So and when you're having the conflict, parenting conflict kind of discussion, listen to understand. One of our videos we touched on communication. If you've not seen that video, Go and look at it. So we talked about listening to understand. We talked about maybe speaking to be heard. It's an interesting video, and you will find it really helpful. Go and have a look at it. So, and during that discussion, identify common goals. You know, you both have your expectations, the outcomes you want for your children. Identify that and focus more on that. And then nobody should be thinking their own opinion is superior to the other person's opinion. So, and remember that you're on the same team. Our first video, we emphasized teamwork. I saw couples seeing each other as a team against the challenge. So, which is something insightful. If you've not seen our first video on Forever in Love, go and have a look at it.
Yeah, that's it's very insightful. So whenever there is conflict, it's very important to restore order as soon as possible. And how do we do this? Is by being accountable. Look at the situation, talk about it.
Be honest.
Be honest, yeah, honest conversation and be sincere. All right. So then there should be apology and reconciliation. Whoever that has gone wrong or needs to apologize sincerely, then you reconcile. All right. So you also demonstrate reconciliation. I was trying to say that we might not always agree, resolve, okay. Resolution might not be always possible, but then reconciliation is very important.
Yes, we said this in one of our videos.
Yes, we said that in one of our videos. That was what I was trying to refer to. Also, restoration is often more powerful than perfection. To be honest, there's no perfect family
or perfect couple or perfect parenting.
Per se. But then restoration, when things go wrong, is very, very important, and it's more powerful than say
you want to be perfect.
Yeah.
And in one of our videos, we actually spoke about how to model things like this. So model it to your children. Let children see how you manage your emotions. Let them see how you apologize to each other, how you reconcile, and so on. So they can learn. It's more powerful than just telling them this is how to behave. And it's important to teach emotional health at home. So because that encourage healthy expression of feelings. Let the children be free to express their feelings when they're not happy about something, they have questions about some aspects of your Christian values or your religious values. Let them feel free to ask questions and explain to them and be honest about it. What you don't fully understand, let them know. Don't try to kind of manipulate the scriptures or whatever. They know that you're doing that, and it's not helpful for them in the long run. And also remember to always kind of validate their emotions appropriately. So you are right in not being happy about what your sister did. However, this is a better way of reacting to such attitudes in the future. So they are happy. They know that you recognize that they are not happy because they're not supposed to be happy, for example. But how should they have responded to it is what you're talking about. That's important, and you can also model emotional regulation yourselves, as I mentioned earlier, to them learn from you, not just by your words, how to regulate their emotions. We're also, all in all, we're saying kind of create emotional safety at home. So a home where emotions can be expressed safely is what we are suggesting.
Yeah. So now we move on to the episode challenge. If you remember, we always have a kind of challenge after each episode. So in this episode, we want you as a couple to discuss your top parenting priorities. What are those things you prioritize in your family? You discuss them and you identify areas of agreement. And of course, you also identify area of disagreements where you need to improve on, and then you agree on a common ground. Then you now choose one family rule to strengthen, maybe what you need to work on, you need to improve on, you choose it, and then in about a week time, you review progress together.
Try that. You find it helpful. It's a very powerful thing to do.
Yeah, and also it's also great time for couples to discuss, to bond, to discuss, to talk, because in these days we are busy. We are busy.
Business. We are busy like this. So what are the key takeaways from this video? First of all, parenting works best as a team effort.
Yeah, unity creates security for children.
Consistency matters more than perfection.
And strong marriages strengthen parenting.
Yes, make your marriage strong so your parenting will be strong and great and your children will turn out right. That's our wishes. And before we end this video, we want to, as we always do, we want to kind of tell you what the next title is. The next title, so the next video is going to be about financial harmony. Kind of money without stress, and don't miss that video. Subscribe. If you subscribe, you'll be one of the first to receive notifications about the video. Also share. If you found this video helpful, why not share it with your friends, your family, your neighbors, or whoever you think will benefit from it. And what else? Maybe comment
and like.
Yes, and like
the video.
So because that will make it make YouTube suggest it to many more
people.
others who will benefit from it. We'll see you in the next video. And we wish you the best. Your family is the best. Take care.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.